Boom, baby, we're live. Welcome to Interview with the Man, episode 612, where we are talking all about inner game here on this fine Tuesday evening. Jonathan from modernlifedating.com, and we're going to get going right after this quick look here.
Hi, I'm Jonathan from the Masculine Empowerment Network, and I'm here today with another special message for you. As you know, I've just returned from my North American tour, which started in Miami, went to Orlando, Dallas, Santa Barbara, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, and ending in Toronto, Canada. A lot of you know I had the pleasure to meet you and get a chance to talk to you and see exactly what's going on with you in your life and how can I help you more. And I learned a lot. I met so many men and so many different walks of life, and I heard about your struggles. Struggles that didn't really come from the outside, but they came from the inside. Anxiety, depression, loneliness, addiction, feeling not good enough, hopelessness, all things that are detrimental to a man who wants to live an above average life. As you know, last year we launched the Inner Game Healing Summit. And after going on this tour and hearing your cries for help, I have realized that once again, it's time to bring it back. But we're doing it bigger, we're doing it better, and we're doing it for you. This year, we are bringing back the Inner Game Healing Summit, but we are giving you 4 times the value at a fraction of the cost. Starting on March 30th, we are re-enrolling members for the entire year. Because this year, what we're gonna do is in quarter 1, we will have 5 interactive webinar training sessions with our psychological experts, as well as quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. And when you sign up for quarter 1, you get access to all of the quarters for the rest of the year. In addition to that, you do get access to my Inner Game Healing video course, which is a self-help guide for you to maximize the principles I have used to heal my inner game to help me become the successful man that I am today. In addition to that, you'll also get access to the 1-year Telegram chat. And the Telegram chat from last year, let me tell you something. I couldn't believe what I saw, but this Telegram chat was self-sustaining with members helping each other, lifting each other up, and I was witnessing people being cured left and right. One of our members was actually able to land a 6-figure salaried position with none other than Jordan Belfort himself after attending the Inner Game Healing Summit and clearing out his inner game issues, healing his traumas, and taking the next step in his life towards greatness. We welcome you to join us. If you're feeling anxiety, if you're feeling depression, if you're feeling isolated and alone, if you're feeling despair, hopelessness, feelings of not being good enough, let us help you. We have helped hundreds of men last year, and we're going to help thousands and thousands and thousands more. Join us. Go to innergamehealing.com, get on the waiting list, and get ready, because we are going to be putting together something like never before. You do not have to be a slave to your inner demons. We will conquer them. We will do this together, and we will do it in the year 2023. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the inside.
Boom, 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 baby. We're alive. Good to have you guys here. Don't forget, we got the Inner Game Healing Summit going on this March 30th. So actually, I made a mistake yesterday. So I actually said that we had been launching the Inner Game Healing for 1 week, and we had 100 people on the list, right? So I made a mistake. My times were off. We have not been even open for 1 week. On Wednesday, it's actually going to mark because we started on March 1st. And now it's been less than a full week, and we have over 100 people on the waiting list. So like I said, I have really good feelings about this. And again, if you're not on the waiting list, go right now. Go to innergamehealing.com right here. Get on the waiting list. It's totally for free. All right. It is 100% for free. You just go to this website. This is what will pop up. It's really easy to do on your cell phone as well. We've optimized it for mobile use because the majority of people, statistically speaking, are tuning in from their mobile device. Put your best email address in right here. Click here to get on a waiting list. You're completely set, like to bet. You can read about all the information here, the success stories. I mean, the data is just clearly evident. If you take your time to like fully read this page, you'll find it to be a no-brainer. And this is for everybody, even if you're a guy, who wants to, just get better at work or do better in the gym, right? Or, if dating is the thing, then yeah, you could do the dating thing as well. Like we can help you out with that. There is just so much we can do by helping you out with your inner game. All you need to do is just go there and get on the waiting list. We're going to have so many more shows in tune for you today. And like I said, obviously, we are experiencing crazy amounts of growth here at the Modern Life Dating channel. As of tonight, we have
Shut up and take my money.
As of tonight, we just crossed over 155,000 subscribers. So thank you guys all so much. Really appreciate you and love you guys so much for that. It's mind blowing because the subscribership is ripping and growing and growing and growing, and it's 100% because of you guys. So I want to say thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And, this is going to be something that is really, really, really powerful. And today's episode, like I said, I'm riding this viral wave, and I could just go full toxic. I could just be like, let me react to this girl and call her a hoe and do this and do that. But I really just don't think that's
Shut up and take my money.
I don't think that's the solution to your problems at home, right? Because I always say this, right? You're never going to your light will never shine brighter because of you trying to put out other people's lights, right? So going around calling people names, going around making fun of people, calling these girls hoes, whatever the case may be. And look, I get it. I know they're hoes. I know. But we got to focus on increasing our value for ourselves as men to cultivate the lives that we want. And that's how you're going to win. Okay. So today we're going to be talking about this study. As you guys know, I have my bachelor's degree in psychology from the University of Central Florida, a bachelor's in science, not a bachelor's in art. I have read thousands of psychological studies, and we're actually going to go through a study today because I want to talk about smartphone addiction. Because if you're listening to me right now, you're addicted to your smartphone. How do I know that? Because you're alive with me in 2023. And there is probably a massive chance that you are addicted to your smartphone. So I'm going to go ahead and decipher what exactly is happening here. And then tomorrow, we're going to be doing something new. And I'd like to invite all people who are interested to please join me, because what we're going to do, I am pre-tensing what we're going to be watching tomorrow. Tomorrow night, get out the popcorn, get everything ready, because for the first time ever on the channel, we are going to be doing a YouTube watch party. Okay. There is a watch party that we're going to be doing. We're going to be watching the documentary, which I'm going to show you right here. This is tomorrow night, 9 p.m. It's going to be a long one, but we're going to be watching this right here, which is Social Media Dangers Documentary, Childhood 2.0. And there are just so many inner game red flags in the people, in the children, in the parenting. Okay. All of this stuff was brought to my attention by Allie from Real Femme Sapien. She may be joining me on the cast as well. And this is tomorrow night. So this is an hour and a half. But I saw this, and if you're a person at home and you really just care about leveling up your mind and protecting your mind and isolating your mind from, dangers and stuff, we're going to talk about this, because what I saw here was just unbelievable. it was honestly, it was terrifying. From male thirst to, self-deletion, mental health. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. And it just needs to be talked about. And that's what we're going to do about tomorrow. So it'll be watch party. So also there'll be members of my community, leaders, whatnot, popping in and out, giving their commentary. And it's going to be really good. So, but today's episode, we're going to actually kind of go through this study because I want to talk to you about, I'm going to lead the charge by saying me first, right? I currently am very addicted to my cell phone, and I'm going to talk about what's happening with me and how I'm working on it and the effects that I notice. And then we're going to review this study real quick. But we got some super chats. So if you want a super chat, you want to send a super chat, get my attention, go ahead, send it right away. Hat and Clogs 4334, $10 super chat. Best way to learn Japanese. You got to study it. It's immersion is the best way. So my Japanese listening is the best because I watch a lot of Japanese anime in Japanese with English subtitles because mainly I'm not a disgusting pleb, because if you watch anime with dubs, like, just leave the channel now. But the voice acting is just way better with the Japanese acting. Matches the mouth more too. But that's a good way. And then, there's a couple books. There's Japanese for Busy People. That's a really good book. But honestly, the best way to learn is to get a Japanese girlfriend. But the only thing is you're going to need to understand that if you do start learning Japanese from a Japanese girl, you are going to kind of speak like a girl at first, because the way women speak and men speak is completely different, right? Ryan, the Eating Warrior, $4.99 super chat. I'd signed up, figured, what do I have to lose? Well, I mean, you're already big balling over here, dropping super chats over here,
take my money.
Dropping super chats on Pearl, dropping super chats all over the fucking place. I think you can afford $2.97. You're gonna be all right. Hey, listen, listen to me, man. If you show up to these events, you show up to this digital webinars that we're putting on, I guarantee you, your life will change. I am so confident in what I do. Okay. Champagne Daddy, $4.99 super chat. First step is admitting that you have a problem. Yes, I spend too much time on my phone. I need this episode. Going to hit the gym and listen to this. Yeah, man. And listen, it's okay. You got to keep it, you just got to keep it 1,000 with yourself. And again, I always laugh at this because, obviously, like I said, I'm going mega viral right now. And if this was like some let's shit talk hose, live stream, obviously it would just be like massive views, massive everything, right? But we're 82 strong here right now. And shout out to the one person every day who watches me on Twitch. Whoever you are, I friggin' love you. I really do. But yeah, we need to talk about this because I have been dopamine addicted to my smartphone recently. And it's pretty wild. I can feel my brain feeling exertion from my dopamine centers just being burned out, to be fully honest with you. Just so you guys know, so dopamine is the feel-good hormone in our brain, right? And this is a biological thing that we have that basically lets us know that we're doing something good, right? We get dopamine when we eat food. We get dopamine when we have sex. We get dopamine when we exercise, right? When we accomplish things. However, these people who have engineered this thing here, right? This is engineered to be as addictive as possible and to give you false rewards in your brain center that make you feel like you're doing something, right? And so what this does is it really fucking messes your mind up, okay? It really does short circuit your brain. And we are just starting to come into the smartphone and social media generation. So, social media has been around, give or take, 13 years or so. Wide phone smartphone adaptation started in 2011. And now we're just starting to see all of these things that are really messing people up in a big way. Webinars are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Webinars are 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for inner game healing. Okay. So you're going to want to make sure you get on the waiting list right there. I'm just going to leave that on the screen for you. Yeah, it's this study is going to open your eyes about a lot of things. And then I'm going to be honest with you. So tomorrow night when we're going to do the watch party. The watch party will probably take 2-3 hours, to be honest with you. But the stuff that I saw in there was like, dude, it got dark. And like, I'm not like over exaggerating, trying to hype this up. Like, it got really dark, like really dark at one point. And yeah, I'm having like flashbacks like now.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer.
So anyways, let's go to the study and let's start dissecting it. So we got a lot here to dissect. I'll put the link to the study in the chat real quick, so if you guys can have that right there. There's the link in the chat. So let's give it a read, shall we? So okay. So when you read these psychological studies, when you first come upon the top section, the abstract is basically the summarization of the entire study. So it actually has a spoiler in it. So if you're like one of these people who are like, I want to read the study first and then see what happens, don't read the abstract. But I'm going to read the abstract here and let you guys know this is like, basically a summary. Now, I'll also say this. Some people read the abstract and then they think, oh, I know the total fucking ins and outs of the study. And the reality is you don't. Okay. When it comes to smartphone addiction, listen, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I get a lot of notifications every day because of the virality, my Telegram, just so many things. So many things are always going off. I'm in the middle of this broadcast right now. Allie's texting me too, right? But what I'll do is I'll find myself looking at Instagram, right? And then switching to my next Instagram account, checking my request files, checking my request folders, right? Checking, and then I go from there, and then I check fucking Twitter, and then I check my messaging apps, then I check.
Shut up and take my money.
What else? Then I check messaging for Facebook, and then sometimes I find myself like automatically, like I have literally conditioned myself to pick up my phone, and just my brain is just like automatically doing this. And when I had dating apps, you find yourself automatically signing up to these apps and swiping, like mindlessly swiping. Men and women are guilty of this, right? So I had noticed that I had started feeling like a sense of mental exhaustion, and the mental exhaustion started turning into like a little like low key sadness, and then also inspiration. No, not inspiration. Anxiety. So if you take, let's do a quick little survey here. Okay, so if you have an iPhone, click on the button. Pick up your iPhone right now because you're all fucking crackhead cell phone junkies. Okay, actually, let me go big screen for this. All right, you pick up your iPhone. Okay, let's focus. You see, you have settings. Mine's is in the top right-hand corner on your screen. Okay, so we're gonna go to settings, and then there is, you can see here. Oops, oh, can't do that. You can go down to here, screen time at the bottom here under focus. Click on screen time, and then you can see your daily average on how much you are using your smartphone. Now, keep in mind, I am a full-time social media content creator. Okay, so if you take a look here, this is 6 hours and 52 minutes. Okay, Instagram's number 1, YouTube number 2, Messages number 3 because I'm a busy man, Twitter number 4, Safari number 5, Telegram number 6. Okay. So my daily average is 6 hours and 52 minutes. What is yours? Okay. Jesus Christ, John Fox, 12 hours and 53-minute average. Lord have mercy, buddy. Jesus, take the wheel. Speaking of Jesus, Anime Jesus is here to deliver you from your smartphone addiction, my friend. Holy fucking shit. God damn, motherfucker, you got a real job. What are you doing? Sweet mother of Lord. Streets, this is good. Streets and Sheets, good work. Ryan, yikes. G Money, giga yikes. It's okay. But you got, yeah, that's a lot, man. Kyle, good work. Age Math, 6.5 hours. Yeah, man. Oh, it's because you fall asleep with YouTube on? Okay, fair play. 10 hours, 18 minutes yesterday. Okay, yikes. Yeah, Williams says, damn it, and have it. Enable it. Trust me, guys. Trust me when I say this, man. Adrenal fatigue is real. This is when your adrenal gland in your brain has been secreting so many hormones and stuff to, keep you regulated that your gland is fatigued. It is literally exhausted from creating these hormones and chemical and neurotransmitters and whatnot in your brain. So, it's like the equivalent for, I'll dumb it down for all the guys. It's like when you're just jerking off too much, and then at some point you're just shooting blanks, you're like beating your dick 5-6 times a day. And then eventually you're just like, every time you come, it's like a drop like that. Like you're doing that to your brain. You are jerking your brain off to the extent that it's just not good. Okay. Arturo says, I'm too scared to check. Don't be a pussy. Okay. So, your brain does just get exhausted from producing all these fucking, all these chemicals, these neurochemicals and whatnot. And like I said, it just really messes you up big time. What is the thing? There's another part of the brain that I'm talking about. I forgot. I forgot the name of it because I forgot the name. Shucks. The pituitary? No, not the pituitary. Is it the pituitary gland? Yeah. The adrenals on top of the kidney. Yeah, exactly. The Brazil nut on the kidneys. Yes, exactly. It's on the top of your kidneys. But your brain also like gets super fucking fatigued from just all this exhaustion. Like because your brain is, your brain, your eyes, it just, the list goes on and on and on, right? And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go back to this study right here. Not the hippocampus. No, the hippocampus not related. Yeah, and then to top it off, can't forget all the degeneracy on social media and sadness seems to carry. Yeah, affects it. It's just there it is. Yes, the pineal gland. Thank you, Martin. That's what I was looking for. Dude, shout out to you, bro. Wow, you're so smart. Mr. Mardine, thank you. The pineal gland. Oh yeah, Sovereign Monarch 1776. Yeah, exactly. No, not the prefrontal cortex. Okay. So anyways, great stuff. So like I said, smartphone usage, it's in your best interest to set it down. And like I said, we're going to talk about that. And here we go. Let's go back to the study here. So let's take a look here. Okay. So the abstract is adolescents and young adults have progressively become smartphone and internet dependent. Now, whose fault is that? It's parents, bad parenting. Remember, the root of all causes of problems with an individual always stems from childhood and bad parenting. Okay. And tomorrow we see some crazily evident stuff that is, like I said, when you understand inner game, you understand trauma, you understand people, you understand psychology, you understand life, you start to see trauma and fucked up people everywhere. So, yeah. Its addiction is affecting them mentally, and a lot of people don't know this, physically. Due to its overutilization, it is causing a detrimental effect on them. These dilemmas need to be acknowledged. Furthermore, the goal is to reduce overutilization, over-reliance, and the task is to reduce the heavy toll on their mental and psychological condition. We need to review evidence linking smartphone and social media use with psychological morbidities among adolescents and young adults. Guys, psychological morbidities. Okay. You guys know what morbidities means? The key word there is morbid. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm not sharing. Okay. It is a fucking disease. Okay. The aim of this study is to summarize the present situation, and the correlation between smartphones and mental health, cognitive, emotional difficulties, poor cognitive function, impulsivity, shyness, social networking addiction, low self-esteem, and some medical issues like insomnia, anxiety, depression, and a lack of cognitive control have been linked to excessive smartphone use. Guys, anxiety, depression, insomnia, okay? There are also vision, obesity, the list goes on and on and on, okay? It is very, very, very real in regards to what is happening right now, okay? Anyways, so let's go. The 21st century is referred to as an era of information technology. Astonishing technologies of wireless communication and the internet have caused radical shifts in the communication industry. The first smartphone was released in 2007. That was the original iPhone by Steve Jobs and Apple. Since then, smartphones have become a necessity for daily life in all societies. Smartphone use and ownership have skyrocketed significantly during the last 10 years. For instance, there are about 2.1 billion smartphone users worldwide in 2017. And it was predicted by the World Health Organization that the number would be approached 7.26 billion by 2022. That's basically almost every fucking person on the planet. After China, India has the second highest smartphone user base. And that's debatable because India's population and their census is kind of so fucked up. India probably has more people than China. The popularity of mobile communication and computing is now on the rise. There are several types of mobile networking systems available in the market, including 3G, 4G, 5G, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and WiMAX technologies, as well as the widespread use of mobile access control systems such as laptops, tablets, and smartphones. Given the frequency of smartphones use among Indian youth, most young people from lower socioeconomic categories throughout the world are vulnerable to the effects of readily available and less expensive smartphones. Some studies on smartphones use and its consequences have revealed that teens under the age of 15 are most affected in India and throughout the world. For addiction control, issues require excellent investigation, emphasizing technology role in developing fantasies and acting out behaviors. Okay. So, as smartphone use gets, and of course, Japan, right? In Japan, they don't give their kids, the children, they don't give them smartphones. They have like these special children phones, and they're designed to receive text messages, send text messages only to a contact listed and saved in the phone: mom, dad, aunt, uncle, grandma, grandpa, brother, sister. And then it can only receive calls. You can't surf the net. You can't do anything. There's no games on it. It's just a child's cell phone, right? Some of these other kids, they have phones and stuff in middle school and whatnot. And it's just I don't know, bro. My kids are not getting cell phones. Not until they're like at least, I don't know. It's gonna be hard, and I'm gonna fucking no cell phones at night in your room. None of that. No. Look at this. Look at this good father. Zai says, my kid's rocking a Nokia, and the only game they're playing is Snake. That's the way I was raised, baby. That's the way I was raised. Good work on you, Zai. Shout out to you. This is W for you, bro. I love it. Okay. All this, dude, it's just so, dude, parents are just so bad. Like the modern parents are just such fucking shitty people. It's so bad. It's so bad. The real problem in America is the parenting epidemic. You know, it's so bad how bad these parents are just awful. You know, and we've kind of gotten to this situation now that these girls that were born in the, 80s and the 90s, they have children, but they're divorced and stuff. And like, it's literally like, it's sad to say, and this is going to sound like hate-filled or whatever, but bear with me when I say this, but you have like women who have like extensive promiscuity in their past, and then failed marriages, failed fucking relationships, raising other women with this broken shit. So it's like, that's what the church talks about, generation curse. It's broken people raising broken people. And you have like in America, you have a nation of girls that are fucking hoes raising girls that are going to be future hoes. And it's just, I've been a lot of places around the world, and it's just the number one place where women just like literally do not know how to be women is America. They have no idea. And then you talk and you throw in like the ratchetness of hood culture and shit. I'm sorry, but I can't and I will never ever stand by like just this ratchet hood culture shit that's like exclusively from America. There is no really net positive to that. Okay, when somebody talks like that, the girls who get ratchet like that on Fresh and Fit, like who wants to wife that up? Who wants to, like that's associated with low class, that's associated with low education, that's associated with drama, poverty. Like who the hell wants to fucking have that in their life? Nobody. And it just blows my mind. It blows my mind to see this. And that's an exclusively USA fucking only trash. Here we go. Young Legend puts feminism equals power to women equal breaking up nuclear family equal no fathers at home, breakdown of society. That pretty much sums it up. It's just not okay, mate. And then, yeah, that leads to simps. Right? So, let's continue down here on the study. Okay. Smartphone impact on adolescents and young adults. So globally, there is an appreciable argument on addiction and excessive use of smartphones amongst adolescents and its subsequent impact on their health. Smartphone addiction can damage not only interpersonal skills. Listen,
Shut up and take my money.
because you guys out there who are like complaining that you can't get girls, but you're sitting there and you're putting in 12 hours on your cell phone, 7 hours on your cell phone, 8 hours on your cell phone every single day. And you're like, well, I don't have enough time to get a second job, or I don't have enough time to level up, or I don't have enough time to talk to girls. And when you sit there isolated, checking your cell phone, fucking like a stim junkie, just scrolling, right? Mate, what are you doing? If you find yourself endlessly scrolling and you don't know what you're looking for, that's your brain like looking for its like next dopamine hit. You are struggling and trying so hard to get this next hit of dopamine. And that right there, it is, oof, it's bad for you. It's so bad for you. And then interpersonal skills here too, man. Kids are like, no wonder body language mastery is so successful, right? Because people don't know how to read body language. People are socially awkward. They think it's okay to block someone that you're like dating, or it's okay to break up with someone over text and block them. It's okay to ghost people. Like you can't go through life treating people like shit when you feel like it, dehumanizing people and expect to have a good life. It's absolutely disgusting. It is the lowest levels of human disgust and filth. It's nasty. Okay, I sound like Jedediah. It's nasty. I love Jedediah. The lack of interpersonal skills, because you have people, you have women, and because women are doing more of the ghosting and blocking and shit than men are. Okay, because they're cowards. But you have women that will date a man, fall in love with a man, and there's some kind of rocky road. There's a rocky a portion of the relationship, and these dumb bitches think it is socially acceptable and okay to break up with someone they love over text message. And this guy isn't like beating her ass or anything like that. It's basically she lacks the interpersonal skills to have conflict resolution. That is an interpersonal skill. If you do not have conflict resolution skills in a relationship, good luck, because you're gonna fucking fail. Good luck. Period. Okay. Young Legend says MLD must be shadow banned. How does he only get 100 live viewers? I'll tell you why. Majority of people don't want to do the work. If this was like MLD versus feminist hoe dunking on sluts, bro, I'd have like 800, 900, 700 people in here. Okay. But the reality is people don't want to do the work. They read the title, Smartphone Addiction, Depression, and Anxiety Study Review. The average mouth breathing idiot, remember 50% of people are idiots. Literally idiots. Sub 100 IQ. This title is not for people who are dumb. This is a deep subject, and this is the key to success. You see, I'm the guy who has pulled myself up from poverty to literally beyond the top 1%. And the reason I did this is by constantly developing myself, constantly looking inwards, not pointing outwards, looking for the answers inside me, looking for what's wrong with me. How can I improve myself? What can I do better as a man to be a better person? Okay. Because I know the best investment in life is me. You know, I tell you guys, don't gamble, but if you are going to gamble, you should bet on one thing and one thing only, and that's bet on yourself. So I'm not shadow banned. It's just people don't care. Ryan, the Eating Warrior, $4.99 super chat says, I went from kids being raised on TV, 90s, 2000, to kids being raised on smartphones. Yeah. They like just throw the iPad in front of the kid and watch them crack out. Okay. So, anyways, we have here the interpersonal skills thing, right? So people are believing it's okay just to like fall in love with somebody and then just, oh, there's a small conflict in the relationship. Let me go ahead and fucking just block this person out of their life, right? And then when you tie that in with women dating and high body counts, forget about it. Forget about it. It's over. It's over. You know? Because the more dicks a woman takes, the more jaded she becomes. She doesn't give a fuck about relationships. She just becomes like this cold-hearted bitch. She becomes just like this empty shell of a person that has like a feral animal in survival mode, right? And they're just like can't even stop to think about anything other than themselves. It gets really dark, mate. Okay. So, but also cause major health concerns and have severe psychological impact on teenagers. Smartphones have gained popularity amongst adolescents and young adults due to the tendency to choose the virtual world, which is more entertaining than being with their friends and parents, right? Which is crap. When I was little, you know what my mom said? Go outside and come home when the sun is down. And if you come home before the sun is down, you gotta eat your dinner and you gotta go to bed. So guess what? We went outside. I grew up in Miami, Florida, and we lived right by the Doral golf course. So you guys know where that is. And so we used to jump the fence to the golf course and climb all the trees in the golf course. And like we climbed up inside these trees. It was so fun. And like we had like these little forts that we built up inside these trees. It was good times, you know. We went outside, we fell down, we made friends, we had toys, you know. We were just kids outside playing. But now all these kids, I mean, childhood obesity. Can you believe? Do you understand how much you have to eat to get fat? First of all, childhood obesity, an exclusive USA problem. Hilarious, truly hilarious. So that's funny. Semen equals life force. When you have 20 plus life forces, energies inside of you, then it's not. Then I'm not surprised you're a nut job. I thought I had the rim shot on here. Maybe not. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but I couldn't hear it. Yeah, everybody wants you to eat America. Yeah. What's that? What's that guy? The white guy, the McDonald's comedian. What's his name? Fuck, what's his name? He's so funny. He's hilarious. And he's always like, when Americans go on vacation, they're like, why don't we go get something to eat? And when we're done, let's go get something to eat. That's Americans for you. That's weird. I couldn't hear this. Oh, there we go. There you go. There's the rim shot for you. Jim Gaffigan. Bingo. There we go. Hypergamy final boss. 9 hours, 52 minutes, but I leave YouTube on to listen to YouTube content. Make me better while working construction. Better than listening to don't diss on them. Don't diss on them. I love Myron. Guys, Sneeko is coming to Japan next week. We're gonna link up. And I am harassing Myron every single day to come with him. So please go blow up Myron's DMs and tell him, go to Tokyo and with MLD and do shows there. Come. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be really good. Anyways, let's go back here. So smartphones have gained popularity amongst adolescents and young adults choosing a virtual or real world for social interaction, social networking services like Messenger, email, Facebook, WhatsApp, Twitter, Snapchat, etc. God, Snapchat. If a girl has Snapchat, you have to know one thing and one thing only.
She belongs to the streets.
Period. Okay. Period. Abraham Rodriguez, did you have any problems watching porn or have any addiction when you were in your early 20s? Yes. I used to go to ampland.com. It's gone now. And I would go to the blondes and the lesbian section, just beat my dick like it owed me money. And then I would find myself exhausted and sad and depressed. And I'd be like, damn, I need to fucking stop this shit. I was only addicted to porn for like probably a year. And I was pretty young. I was like 20, 22, 3, 4, somewhere around there. Nah, I was getting pussy from 23 pretty hard. I don't know. I just always had girls. I always had bitches. But I think earlier, I would say like 21-ish, 22, I was pretty hardcore addicted, right? Lesbians are gay. Yes, they are. So yeah, man, that was just, that was a struggle I went through. And now I have no porn addiction problems. If I do watch porn, it's porn that I've made. Hey, yo. Browsing websites like apps, YouTube, Google, Yahoo, porn websites, etc., are also frequently used. Also, shopping portals, real apps, and gaming apps are more commonly used by a vast number of smartphone users who are majorly adolescent and young adults. Smartphone addiction has caused dysfunctional impulsivity to regularly check mobile phones. You see this? Because these phones, guys, you don't have to understand. These phones, the engineers at iPhone, the engineers at Google, the engineers at Apple, the engineers at Facebook, they are engineering this product to be as addictive as possible. Okay? Guys, I feel the impulse to pick up my phone right now. My phone's sitting here in front of me. And I feel a psychological impulse to pick up my phone and just to see who's messaging me, what's going on. It's pretty crazy. And I'm realizing this is a massive problem. Okay? And when I'm like dating a girl that I care about, when we go to dinner, I take her phone from her. I'm like, we're having real people time. We're not going to sit here and fucking stare at our phones and just be like this modern day dead couple. We're going to have a relationship. I'm going to look into your eyes. You're going to look into my eyes, and we're going to bond. Okay. G Money says, what is worse, smartphone addiction or video game addiction? Definitely smartphone, because it's anywhere, anytime. Like video games have to stay up and sit down and play, you know? Average people spend about 5 hours a day on their phones. Uh-oh. You know what that means for some of you guys? More time is spent than eating, exercising, socializing with friends, and socializing with friends. Common indicators include maintaining their social media persona, because it's all a lie, filters, bullshit, the highlight of your life, responding to messages quickly, being active on social media, using headphones frequently, and having sleep issues, right? Adolescence plays an important role in grooming a person, making them capable enough to adapt to their surroundings. Smartphone usage primarily impacted adolescents and young adults by predisposing them to mental health issues. Predisposing means like giving mental issues early access to them from a young age, which develops their personality. So they grow up and become this kind of person. These include insomnia, cyberbullying, anxiety, depression, obesity, false prestige, self-control issues, psychological stress, vision problems, mind wandering, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and obsessive compulsive disorder as well. And do you guys remember the episode I did with when I covered the section of Jordan Peterson talking about female psychopathy and how there is a definite correlation between women who are doing this, addicted to fucking social media and literally being pieces of shit? Taking a look here, I'm going to play a little clip here if you guys don't remember. This is Jordan Peterson from one of his, I believe he was like a Sky News interview. But take a look here real quick. You can see.
Hyper users of Instagram. They're sadistic, Machiavellian, psychopathic, and narcissistic, and they optimize for short-term mating strategies. So they're promiscuous, and that's a marker for antisocial behavior. So antisocial people, broadly speaking, have more sexual partners. They start engaging in sex earlier. They're more callous in their utilization of themselves than others. And so,
would you call that top?
They're more callous in their utilization than others. Okay, you know what that means? That means that when these women are extreme social media users, right, their female solipsism becomes amplified, and they become even more self-centered. And I always say this, and I say this again and again and again. I told this to my sister. She didn't click with her, but that's her. She can deal with her fucking hell that she's making. But I tell her this, and that this goes for you guys too. Selfish people always end up alone. And in this life, isolation is death. Selfish people always end up alone. You talk always about me, 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 me. And that's who you're going to end up with. You need to grow the fuck up, and you need to turn that me into a we. And you don't just give the we out to anybody, but you give it out to people who are worthy, who are honorable, who have integrity, who align with your frame. That is who you make the we with. Me, 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 end up alone. Selfish, end up alone. This is why I say a lot of these girls are cold-hearted bitches, because they just become so egocentric and they believe everything is about them. And they start to treat people like objects. They're just like, oh, well, this person is not stimulating me the way I need my fucking crackhead junkie dopamine fucking centers cracked out all the time. Like they expect men to be like these dancing fucking monkeys for them. And then guess what happens? The guy does one thing wrong, or there's this one small bump in the relationship. Oh, fuck, blocked. Next, I'm going to go back to my Rolodex of dicks, my fucking big database of dicks, that all these fucking dicks I've sucked in the past before, or tried to suck, or failed to suck, and just go back to that pool of candidates and start all over again. You know? This is true. This is real. And then, like I said, I've known this for a while by being in the scene involved, but now it's becoming, the mainstream is finally catching up. thank God for people like Jordan Peterson. You know, I love Jordan Peterson. I know people like to shit on him, whatever, but Jordan Peterson is a net positive for humanity. And people who hate on him just wish they were him. Let's go back again and play it again for you. So female hyper users.
Take my money.
He says here, female hyper users.
Hyper users of Instagram. They're sadistic, Machiavellian, psychopathic, and narcissistic, and they optimize for short-term mating strategies. So they're promiscuous, and that's a marker for antisocial behavior. So antisocial people, broadly speaking, have more sexual partners. They start engaging in sex earlier. They're more callous in their utilization of themselves than others. And so,
would you call that toxic femininity? Is there such a thing as toxic femininity?
We know what toxic femininity is. It's the female version of antisocial behavior is reputation savaging, gossip, innuendo, backbiting. Females can be very good at that.
And then guess what happens when she blocks you and she fucking deletes you, right? She dumps you over text, whatever the case may be. Then what happens? Now starts the smear campaign. She goes to all her slut friends, all her whore friends, and she's like, oh, guess what he did? Oh my God, this guy's such an asshole. Blah, blah, blah. Sending screenshots of your texts, sending all this shit. And now listen, I'm not saying all women are like this, but I am saying the majority of them are in the Western world. Okay.
Now, men can do that too, and they do, especially on social media. But it's definitely the case that social media enables female antisocial type behavior. Clearly, feminine pathology scales magnificently on social media. And so God only knows what the consequence of that's going to be.
So you have that, right? So the thing is this too, if you have a girlfriend and you notice, or a wife, and you notice that she's like addicted to social media, you need to have like a sit down talk, like, babe, like what the fuck? Like, you know, it's literally the equivalent of them like starting to use drugs. Okay. And then when he talks about it too, again, I'll go back to the data, right? Causes them to have higher amount of body counts, right? And again, referring to the study here, take a look. There's another study. This is the stable marriage rate as per Teachman superimposed on the heritage study. This is the Teachman study. If you can Google a Teachman study, if you type in Google Teachman, what is it? Teachman marital partners marriage. Or no, I think it's, yeah, I think Teachman marital partners. I forgot what I Googled. Anyways, it's about marriage partners and how many they slept with before they get married. So taking a look here, this is the percentage of stable marriage rate. Okay. So if she is one partner and a virgin bride, 75%. Okay. One partner, non-virgin bride, 69%. Okay. Right here, one partner prior to getting married, 53%. Two partners prior to getting married, 43. Okay. Oh, yeah. Sorry. No. This is yeah. This is if if she has one body count, your chance is 53%. If she has two body count, your chance is 43. If she has three body count, her chances are 39, 4, 41, 5, 27, 6 to 10, 28, 11 to 15, 29.61.
She belongs to the streets.
This is just fucking hilarious. And then 16 to 20, you got a 17%, and then 21 plus 20%. 1 in 5% chance. Okay. So it's all connected. It's all connected. You got to look at the total picture. If you're looking for, if your end goal is to find a good woman, you have to understand, finding the good woman is the first step. And then the second step is maintaining the relationship and maintaining as in maintenance. And you as the man, you are the leader. And you have to find a submissive woman who is going to be down to be in your, right here, frame. No frame, no game. Okay? She has to be in your frame. If she doesn't submit to you, if she doesn't act supportive, if she doesn't act loving, guess what?
She belongs to the streets.
Back to the streets where you belong, you vagabond. Go. Be gone, you fucking Jezebel. Out of my life. So do you guys see how it's totally all connected here? Okay? It's all connected. All right? So you got to be really aware of what happens. Okay? Shout out to you, Diane Bennett. Thanks for watching. Says Jordan Peterson is best. That is a very pretty cat you got there. You know, I've been wanting a cat lately to go along with my dog, but I think I'm going to get my dog a boyfriend, husband. She's a virgin. I always make a joke. Happy's my little virgin daughter, my little white virgin daughter. I love her. Daddy's little virgin. Ryan, the eating warrior. Is this an issue with Japanese women? Social app addiction? Yes, it is. It's all people. It's all people. Okay. Yeah, just ban this guy fucking asking shit. Fuck out of here. Anyways, let's go back to the study. But see how, and then again, and that is also, again, like I said, it's all connected, because when you have problems like self-control issues, guess what? Self-control, you think if your girl's in a situation where she's like being tempted by a bunch of dudes and you're not around, if she has self-control issues, you know, and she's turned on, will she be able to say no? Probably not. If she's in a diet and she's trying to like fucking stop being fat, is she going to have the self-control to go to the gym? Is she going to have the self-control to control her calories? Is she going to have that self-control? Probably not. Right? Addiction, drug use, alcohol use, goes on and on and on. You see why I'm reviewing this study, guys? And it's funny, like we're about 20% through this whole paper. I'm going to read it all too. And those who stay, you stay. And if you leave, good riddance. Good luck. Because if me, high level man, if I'm fucking struggling with this shit, I guarantee you guys are as well. Physiological stress, which means with the body, physiological, that's not psychological. Vision problems, mind wandering, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, and obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. Smartphone addiction decreases life satisfaction and increases the chance of potential health risks and negative thinking styles in adolescence. Okay, decreases life satisfaction. Addicted to your phone makes you feel unhappy in life. Okay? Think about that. Okay? Shout out to Luciana, says, I felt all welcome. Much love to you and Jonathan. I love his channel. You better love me. You better love me. I will come to Miami and hit you with chancleta. Addiction is the inability to stop a substance or engaging in an activity. Is the inability, okay? Even knowing that it has a negative impact on physical and psychological well-being. And some signs suggest that someone may have an unhealthy dependence on a smartphone, like the need to drop everything and check the phone every couple of minutes. I'm guilty. Last night I was eating dinner. I made an amazing, delicious chicken scampi, weighed out my butter, weighed out my garlic, weighed out my chicken, tomatoes, chopped it all up. It's delicious. And then I started watching the new season of Attack on Titan, Shingeki no Kyojin. Phenomenal episode. And I had realized like every fucking 3 to 5 minutes, I'm like instinctively reaching for my phone. I'm like, dude, you are a junkie. What are you doing? And I'm not, and there's nothing there. Okay, so there's always a notification because I'm me and social media. I can always fucking snip out some crack. Like, I need some Twitter notifications, need some of this, need some of that. And I just get so ashamed of myself. And I'm just like, fuck me, bro. Like, dude, you're the leader of this shit. You gotta get your shit together. And I, you know, I'm getting better for sure. But you know, it's an issue, and like I said, this causes inner game issues. This does cause inner game issues. Okay. Due to this, productivity at work is damaged because of regular stopping to check the phone, and sleep is disturbed due to continuously waking up to check the phone. How many of you guys are halfway awake? What's the first thing you do? Halfway awake, what do? Grab your phone, check the time, and then you might see a couple notifications. You're like, oh, who's notifying me? Who is texting me? What are we all looking for? We pick up our phone. We're just looking for some little bit of love, little bit of love, little bit of validation. But if you get it from yourself and you get it from a, you know, being around a support system that actually loves you, you know, big difference. Big difference. Okay. Huge difference. Yep. Oh, I forgot to take my weight today. You just remind me. I forgot to get on scale. It's usually a FaceTime call for me. Yes. Got to pick him up call. Harry, by the way, I got myself, just so you know, Harry's been helping me out with my weight loss. Here's a little summer weight loss tip for you. So you take some sparkling water. I got some sparkling water here with lemon flavor, 0 calories. And then you take some black coffee. See this? This is Japanese black coffee. And a cup of ice. And make yourself a little low calorie, actually no calorie, no sugar drink. Start off the day. Intermittent fasting. I'm down to 187. The goal is 177. You know, in November, I was like 194. Slowly but surely, we're chopping down, baby. We're chopping down. Thank you to Harry Zikos. Love you. Okay. Anyways, Web of Science search, PubMed Central, and Google Scholar search engines utilize the term smartphone addiction and excessive smartphone use, yielding 84 researches in English. And you can see here. Okay. So records identified through database search, and N is always the sample size. That means how many pieces of data they're using. Okay, so this is, they found 103. I'm just gonna skip this shit. Okay, so now we go here to look at this. So from here, smartphone addiction and its detrimental effects. We're starting here, and then we're going down. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. All the way down here. Okay. And look, the studies go from South Korea, Japan, Pakistan, India, okay, Spain. Look at this. Turkey. It goes on and on and on. Casey Morgan, $4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, baby. I don't have I don't have social media for a reason. It's an addiction and ruins your life. Don't do things that require a phone. Go outside, read a book, go outside, just get off your phone. Yes, go outside and touch grass. Go outside and touch grass. Espresso tonic. It's not espresso. It's a coffee. What is it? There you go. Iced sparkling Americano. Okay. That's what it is. Shout out to you. Chief Keef, appreciate the dono. Okay. Cool. Let's go back.
Shut up and take my money.
Do we get another one? Oh, that's Chief Keef's. Cool. Yeah. These stats are troubling. Oh, don't worry, they get worse. Don't worry. Okay. So the thing and the again, the goal of this episode is to bring awareness so you at home can use this information and use it to increase the quality of your life. You will be happier. Don't you want to be happier? Who the fuck doesn't want to be happy? People use drugs to be happy. People use food to be happy. People use prostitution, gambling, sex addiction, drugs. You use all these things to be happy. Why don't you just be happy the old-fashioned way by taking care of your brain and having a good, loving, supporting network of people around you? Okay? Okay. 1 rep max is a useless fitness measure. Says you. I want to know how strong I am. Fucking you nigga. I was hack squatting 160 kilograms yesterday. That's like 352 pounds. And then I just laid on the gym floor because I thought I was going to vomit. Leg day was great. I'm going to be wheeling around in a wheelchair for the rest of the week. Let's go. Negative attitudes and feelings of fear. Feelings of fear due to smartphone usage are related to an increased risk of depression, anxiety. According to Jones, who carried out a study amongst students of Elon University in North Carolina in the United States, students are always hooked to their mobile phones, and that determines their behavior and negative psychological effect. Stress. Stress is any type of change that causes psychological, emotional, or physical strain. In one study, young German internet users were questioned, and it was discovered that communication load was associated with emotions of stress and indirectly influenced grief and anxiety. Another study reached similar conclusions. A questionnaire was distributed to 439 students aged 12 to 17 years, including parents and young adults from central Switzerland. And it was discovered that smartphone usage during the night hours was common amongst adolescents, and that being awake all night resulted in poor perceived health. Yes, you are all guilty. How many of you guys stayed up all night laying in bed on your fucking smartphone when you know you have to wake up in 8 hours? Oh, now it's 7 hours. Oh, now it's 6 hours. Okay, it's 4 hours. Okay, it's 3 hours. Fuck, I really need to go to bed. And then you wake up and you hate your life. Cortisol's through the roof. You're stressed out. You look ugly. You got big bags in your eyes. You look fat. You feel like shit. You're trying to drink some coffee. You're just like, oh, God, everything fucking sucks. And what were you doing? Scrolling TikTok. Scrolling TikTok. Come on, bro. Take care of your brain. You motherfuckers think you're going to live forever. You motherfuckers think you're going to live forever. You got to die well. A good death is its own reward. Name the movie. There was no tangible link between memory performance and mobile phones. As a result, it was found that digital stress is a big stimulant and it causes major psychological health effects. Okay, so that is stress. Now let's go to depression. Okay, remember, all these happen to you. Okay, so negative psychological effects, stress, and now depression. Can you imagine using your phone too much causes you stress? Stress is the number one way to kill you. Wow, Billy, good job. I'm impressed. Fowler said that, yeah, but then the military guy said that when he fucking killed himself to kill her. Did you just spell Man of Steel STAL? G-Money, I'm going to take you out back and beat you. How dare you spell steel incorrect? It's like that's like a first letter word, a first grader word. STEEL, steel. Come on. Depression is a psychological disorder that results in persistent emotions of sadness, loneliness, and a lack of joy. And it is thought to be highly correlated with addiction to smartphone usage. So great. So you get some addiction as well. So you get some depression with your smartphone addiction. Oh, man. Thank you, Tim Cook. The majority of studies on this issue revealed that there is a relationship between those two variables, and that is depression and smartphone usage. Brian, in 2013, conducted a research titled 2 Days Without a Phone, and she conducted her research on her students, Kenny and Francesca. She found that while Francesca was comfortable not to have her phone nearby and easily handed over her phone, Kenny did not want to lose his. In 2012, researchers discovered a significant increase in smartphone usage amongst teens and symptoms of an increase in depression, which ultimately led to these kind of thoughts. Okay. As you guys know, I'm really good friend with Andrew from the Legal Mindset, right? And so Andrew and his girlfriend came into town this weekend, in Tokyo. And I love Andrew, and I seriously love. I like with every ounce of my being. I fucking love that guy. He's a homeboy, and I really love him. He's a good friend. I'm so proud of him. He's super smart. He's super driven. He's very, 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 very ambitious. And it was me, him, and two girls with us, right? His girlfriend and the girl was with me. And we had such a good time. We were eating at this Japanese barbecue place with Wagyu, and they had like a little bit of Korean food on the menu too. When they give you raw meat and you cook it in front of you, so good, right? And we were having such a good time. I had realized after we had gone home, I was like, oh my God, not a single person during that meal pulled out their smartphone, took pictures, wanted to Instagram anything. We were just totally in the moment, enjoying it and having a blast. I was just like, wow, that is such a rare thing, but it's just so, and it's just, again, it shows you like the real connection, the real love, the real, humanity you give another person by paying attention to them instead of like, what do I have here? Like who's messaging me? Who loves me? Who's this? Who's that? Right? Yikes. Okay. So if stress, depression, negative psychological effects, and increased thoughts of self-deletion weren't enough, you also get, next up, anxiety and sleep loss pattern. Anxiety is a type of mental illness that causes fear, nervousness, worry, and apprehension. In 2017, Bomosley and Jaluk, sorry, I butchered that, study whether depression and anxiety led to smartphone habits. Their cross-sectional study showed that sadness and anxiety are good predictors of smartphone addiction. Okay, so that's a red flag in a woman, or at any kind of partner, man too. Somebody's like, I'm clearly addicted to my phone, but my justification is I am literally like, social media is my life and business, right? So there's that. But if you're just like, a regular dude or regular girl, and you're addicted to your cell phone, no bueno. No bueno. Okay. It's not good. Okay. I was just monitoring the chat. It's on this screen here. Let's go back to the study. Ooh. Okay. So, a descriptive study conducted by Fizon et al. Found that internet addiction is similar to drug addiction. If internet addiction persists, it will end in the same outcomes as alcohol addiction. Yikes. Yikes, bros. Moderation is key, man. Everything in moderation, including moderation. Another observational research suggested that sleeplessness can lead to depression. Yes, and your hair falling out. Ask me how I know. The subjective experience of finding it difficult to fall asleep or stay asleep is known as insomnia or sleeplessness. In 2016, a prospective cohort study and conducted a prospective cohort study and hypothesized that sleep deprivation and the risk of depression are related, which is true. Okay. Gutierrez discovered that problematic smartphone usage was linked to sleep deprivation, despair, and anxiety. Another Japanese study involving 94,777 young adults found that using a smartphone to send messages and calls after lights out was connected with sleep disturbances such as poor sleep quality, short sleep duration, insomniac symptoms and excessive daytime sleepiness. Yes. And I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty. At nighttime, I advise you guys, like, start turning your lights down at night. Come like 7 p.m., 8 p.m., start dimming the lights. If you have candles, light the candles, right? Keep them away from curtains. Don't burn your house down when you're sleeping. And I wear my red light glasses at night now because, before I used to wear my red glasses at daytime or at nighttime because I would do the show, start at 11, and sometimes I'll do a 4-hour show, 5-hour show, and finish at 3 a.m. And you think I would just go knock out? No, I'd be cracked out from all the blue light going into my retinas and scrambling my brain and go to bed at like 5, 6, 7 a.m. only to wake up at 12. It does seriously screw with you guys. And I'm 37 now. I'm successful. And honestly, the biggest thing was meeting Brandon Carter and seeing how he just goes to bed at like, Brandon Carter literally goes to bed like 9:30 p.m. and he wakes up at 4 a.m. Some real G shit. And I just realized, like, I just got to get on a normal circadian rhythm. But it's just another flex for me because I built a multi-million-dollar business with a broken circadian rhythm going from 2019 all the way to end of 2022. But sleeping normal in America kind of like felt so good. I was like, man, I just need to get on this shit. Cyberbullying. Cox Communication carried out a study on students aged 13 to 18, of which 15% of students had experienced cyberbullying online. 10% had experienced it on mobile phones, and 5% were engaged in cyberbullying against another person using a mobile phone, according to a poll. Cyberbullying causes teens to become depressed and resent going to school. Additionally, this research has shown that children who experience cyberbullying are more likely to experience psychosomatic issues. So psycho means your mind and somatic means body. So this means you actually get physical manifestations of problems due to psychological issues. Does that make sense to you guys? Okay. So that means, let's say somebody says you're a loser, you're a loser, you're a loser, you're a loser, and then it just happens so much you get like a headache or you get a stomach ache or you feel terrible. And here we go, such as chronic headaches, sleep issues, anxiety, and despair. Cyberbullying is more challenging to spot because it goes unnoticed than physical bullying. Because the internet provides anonymity, criminals can remain undetected. And I'll tell you this too, right? So for me right now, obviously I've been going super viral. Like the views, I'm getting like 3 million views a day now, right? And dude, people are crazy, bro. The crazy DMs that I get from like random people, they're like, you are disgusting, you're ugly. The craziest shit they make up. They send me the nastiest negative comments ever, right? It just blows my mind. I read everything because I'm just trying to look at everything from a marketing standpoint, just see how think people are being how I'm being perceived by people, and just trying to keep a pulse on the community. Like I try to do that as much as possible. I never want to be disconnected. But I'll tell you, man, reading some of this stuff, man, hurts my feelings. I'm not gonna lie. I like, there are times where I'm just like, man, that was fucking really mean. That was like fucking super mean. Like, it just hurts my feelings sometimes I read this shit, I'm just like, damn, bro, you asshole. I'm not impervious to it. I'm human too. It definitely hurts my feelings. False prestige. Adolescents may now easily access any of the most recent advancements in mobile technology. Adolescents who are naive for their age may accept the majority of things available on social media, can become serious about such things, and get influenced, and even if they may not be accurate. Yeah, like all the fucking retarded girls on the whatever podcast who are so like 18, 19, 20, and so vocal about their beliefs. It's like, dude, you probably have shit stains in your fucking underwear. No cap right now. And you're trying to tell me about life? The biggest one, like, for example, I don't know, did you guys see the whatever podcasts when Allie was talking to that blonde girl? That little girl was such a pretentious little cunt. Okay? She was such a fucking snobby little dickhead. I couldn't even believe that this kind of girl could be such a shitty individual at such a young age. I really was just blown away. And honestly, the people that when I was in California, like these people who claimed to be like, oh, we're all about love, we're all about this, we're all about that, right? You know, these girls are just these people out there are just literally like the very thing that they say, like, oh, we're spreading love, not hate. Like these people literally are hate-filled people. I'll give you a little perspective on it here. This is the episode. It's called Pregnant Trad Wife. That's Allie, because Brian refuses to tag anybody in his fucking titles. Good for you, Brian. I like you. Anyways, Allie's here. She's pregnant. She's trying to be nice to these girls and tell them, like, don't be a hose. And this chick right here is 18 years old and so pompous and such a little snob of a brat. Where do you think she learned all that shit? You ever download Snapchat and use it? You ever see the fucking blatant propaganda in there? It's just terrible. It's terrible. And then her too, this little redhead, and then her, she's just hilarious. For me, honestly, one of my things when I look at girls, if I want to date them long term, is hairline. And see how her hairline starts here? The big forehead just bothers me. This is just too much forehead. This is okay. Way too much. Single mom, so she doesn't exist. And just, this girl's a turbo cunt. Yikes, bro. Like, in every sense of the word, fucking little turbo cunt. And, you know, we're looking at it right now, and you're seeing the side effects of these little adolescent shitheads who are naive and they think they know something. You know, these fucking little girls, they should be as right as they are passionate. They're so passionate, but they're so wrong. And it's comical when they're like, well, you're 37. You don't know what it's like for me. Actually, I have, because I've already lived all of those years beyond you. And I do this for a living. You know, just like Bangs too, the girl that I you know, infamously went viral for slaying her. They might create a false sense of status and start living in a dream world. Huh. They might create a false sense of status and living in a dream world. Gee, let me think. So you're trying to tell me if a girl has 10,000 subscribers on Instagram just because she posts naked photos all the day, she might develop a sense of a false sense of status and entitlement? I think the funniest thing ever is when I was talking to Brandon Carter, and he was saying at one point he knew a girl that had 500,000 subscribers on her Instagram, 500,000 followers, and she couldn't afford an appetizer at a fucking restaurant because she had no money. Hilarious. Hilarious. People think these fake internet points matter. Oh, I got more likes. Oh, I got more this. I got that. Hilarious. By the way, like my video. Like the video. Luciana says a lot of these little girls can learn a thing or two from her, but instead went to use fallacies and move the goalposts and get their feelings hurt when the truth is being told to them. And guess what? You know what?
She belongs to the streets.
Hey, bro, listen. I'm telling you, ladies, streets are cold. Streets are cold, and I know you guys fear end up being alone. Better drop that pride. Better drop that ego. Streets are cold. And men are growing cold and callous in the States to, you know, having any empathy for these chicks, because what's the ROI? The entitlement, the nasty behavior, you know, the cuntiness. Sorry. Not on my watch. I'm not tolerating that shit. There are nice girls out there. I find them all the time. And those are the ones who have the privilege of being with me. Some people could turn to crime to outlive their desires. Well, obesity. Adolescent obesity may result from constant mobile phone usage. Harvard found that adolescents who use their phones for hours daily are more likely to gain weight. According to the study, adolescents who spend more than 5 hours a day in front of devices are 43% more likely to receive less sleep and are less likely to do exercise, which can lead to obesity. So if you have more than 5 hours on your cell phone, look down at your stomach, give a little bit of a pinch and ask yourself,
Shut up and
You
take
know?
my money.
am I a little bit of a chubby chubster? What's going on here? Reach down to your waist, give a little pinch. If you can grab a handful, you got a problem that you got to solve, or you're going to die of a heart attack. Because that's just life, and you got to grow up and deal with it. But looking at this here, guys, reach down, give it a little pinch. I got a little pinch. I got some I'm working on. I got about 10. I think Harry says I need about lose 15 pounds. They'll be like totally shredded. I would be happy at 12% body fat. But this is real. Less sleep, less exercise, more fat. Okay. Vision problems. As per recent reports, there are many cases of vision problems that are mainly associated with increased smartphone screen time. Symptoms are ocular, muscle fatigue, redness, lacrimation, irritation, blurry vision, and dry eyes. In a result of 30 medical students, smartphone vision syndrome was discovered in 83% of the students. Adolescents and young adults using smartphones excessively, which outweighs their value and leads to new issues. Even if it is not possible to stop adolescents from using a phone, however, specific limits can be set on how much time to spend on it. Guess what country is limiting the amount of time adolescents can use smartphones? 30 seconds on the clock. Vote in the chat. Go. What country right now is actually implementing countrywide limits on the children? What country? Here we go. I'm so proud of you guys. Coming in strong. We're almost there. Last 10 seconds. Vote, 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 vote. Vote, 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 vote. Survey says first one to answer, AJ Matthews, is correct here with
Shut up and take my money.
China. China actually limits the amount of time that boys can play video games online, social media apps. There's a limit to them. They understand. It is not good. They are way ahead of it. But who runs America? Social media companies and the government, and they don't care about you. They want you fat, sick, stupid, dead, and alone. Speaking of pinching tummy fat, you should check out Carnivore, John. Shout out from Canada. I'm doing it. I'm doing like a modified carnivore. I had like some pasta last night, but I'm doing a modified version. I'm doing very well. Don't worry about me. But thank you for your concern. I love you. I feel like we should be friends, like in real life. I want you to come over and hang out with me in Tokyo. So yeah, not Japan. Somebody said Japan. China. Okay. Yep. Let's see. I'm just reading you guys. That's a compliment. MLD is the second coming of George Carlin. Hope they don't kill me. Let's go back here. Cognitive behaviors. Come on down. Get your mental diseases today. Right available in front of you today by excessive use of this smartphone device. Come on down. Cognitive behavior. Cognition is the mental activity or process of learning and comprehending things through experience, the senses, and thought. Ellison in 2012 asked that, are smartphones making us dumber? Morin in 2013 asked that, is your smartphone making you fat and lazy? Greenfield in 2013 stated that reliance on smartphones and related technologies is not aiding mental functions, but rather is having negative impact on our ability to think, remember, pay attention, and regulate emotions. Emotional control. So I have noticed that when girls are extremely addicted to their cell phone, they also are very poor at managing their emotions. And that's a form of self-control. Okay. So we here have Kyle 2020. He says retardation is on the rise.
Uh-oh, retard alert.
That's true. Hey, more for the guys who get their shit together and just take care. Dude, it has never been easier, and you've never had less competition in your life than you do now. Look at these land whales everywhere, men and women. Okay? Some fat girl who only works out her legs and has these massive legs tried to was like talking shit to me on the internet the other day, right? Hilarious. And I was just like, you know what? You can say whatever you say, but at the end of the day, if I run away, you can't catch me because you're too fat. You got to take care of yourselves, guys. You got to take care of yourselves. Some have even made the claim that modern connectedness is rewiring our brains to constantly crave instant gratification. Yep, that's why that's again the girls who block, ghost, fucking just disappear. Why? Oh, because the relationship we've had a rough patch of 2 weeks, and so it's time to fucking end the relationship. Good, bitch. See you later. Go.
She belongs to the streets.
Go. The streets are cold, baby. The streets are cold. Bundle up. Bundle up. Because if it's funny too, because these girls, when they do this shit, they don't stop and say the problem is me. And guess what? They go to the next guy. Guess what happens? Another notch count. Guess what? More problems. Doesn't do her change. Doesn't look inwards. Doesn't try to change herself. Looking for that instant gratification. The problem's not me. The problem's the world. Great way to get yourself through life. Fantastic way. Okay. Instant gratification. Guys, almost anything that gives you instant gratification is terrible for you. It's not good. Okay. That this threat to our society is almost as important as climate change. The authors interpreted the result as evidence that increased daily multitasking leads individuals to experience greater difficulty in recruiting cognitive control resources. Oh, it's so funny when women are better multitaskers than men. Multitasking is a lie, you fucking moron. You pick one thing and you do it with all your effort fantastically, and then you move on to the next thing. Regular media multitaskers had less gray matter in their anterior cingulate cortex, according to research by Lowe and Kanai in 2016. This suggests that this behavior may directly affect the structural characteristics of a critical brain region involved in attention regulation. The list goes on. Loneliness, self-control, worry, and anger. Mahapatra in 2019 showed that sticking to smartphone use leads to a lack of self-regulation and loneliness, which ultimately damages family relations and leads to interpersonal conflicts and poor academic performances. High measures of worry and anger are seen in students with problematic smartphone use. Excessive reassurance-seeking behavior mediated the association between rumination and problematic smartphone use. Look at that. Excessive reassurance-seeking behavior mediated the association between rumination and problematic smartphone use. So ruminating, think about negative things in the past, is associated with that. Okay. Physical fitness, addicts to smartphones were less likely to walk every day. In particular, smartphone addiction may have a severe impact on physical health by limiting the quantity of exercise, such as walking, leading to an increase in fat mass and a decrease in lean mass, both of which have negative health effects. So, and I recommend you guys, let me show you something I do. So I have this thing here. This is called the Aura Ring, right? I got the newest one because I lost my other one. This is the newest generation. And they have a step counter on here. Okay. And so if you take a look here, right? I'm gonna show you. So they have like a step calculator. So this is yesterday. You can see there's like a little chart here. So yesterday I put in 14,000 steps. Okay. And you can see the little chart. The day before was a day off, those two. But then I'm doing my steps every day. I probably get 10,000 steps in every day. Some days I don't. Let's see. Let me go back to a longer data set here. Here you can see. See, it's not every day that I'm getting 10,000 steps. But I'm staying active. Okay. I'm not just saying here and just, ivory towering preaching to you. Okay. Really good app. Really, really good app. Helps you track your sleep, and your readiness, and so many things. Okay. Aura Ring. It's $6.99 a month. It's really good for you. MLD is going to live forever. I hope so. I've been looking into that. Well, you use some of that super chat money, big baller. Yeah, the steps in Vegas was insane. I know, right? It's good times. Let's go back to the study. Let's round third and get it going home, baby. Migraine. It has been observed that smartphone usage leads to increased headache duration and frequency in migraine patients. In addition, as smartphone usage rises, it results in decrement in sleep quality and our quality of life. This is especially true for migraine sufferers who use their phone excessively, which is linked to poor sleep and daytime drowsiness. And FOMO, last but not least, fear of missing out, has been characterized as a concern over missing good events. It is also seen as a motivation for remaining informed of what others are doing on social media. It is a common occurrence that a scale has been developed to quantify it. A significant association was found between FOMO scale scores and problematic smartphone use in a study of Turkish adolescents. According to a regression study, there's been up to 28% of variation in FOMO scale scores due to problematic smartphone use in research on 2,633 Belgian teenagers. It is found that there was a problem with FOMO due to excessive use of private social media sites. It is predicted phubbing behavior is directly and indirectly linked with problematic smartphone usage, for example, spending too much time on Facebook, etc. Studies conducted all over the world about smartphone addiction among adolescents and young adults and its detrimental effects are mentioned in the table. I'll put this link in the description as well so you guys have that. But there it is. And the conclusions, anything beyond what we need is poison. The same applies to the growing addiction of smartphone usage among adolescents and adults. It has become a public health issue, leading to some concerning issues like anxiety, insomnia, overdependency, behavioral and psychological changes, etc. Smartphone unquestionably improves access to knowledge and connectivity, but at the same time, its addiction is quite alarming. If guardians intend to give adolescents a phone, ensure that they strictly supervise their phone use. Otherwise, they may spend the entire day staring at a screen. If not, it will have irreparable consequences. That's another thing, right? It cracks me up how many people just think like, oh, I can just fix myself. I can just heal myself. I can ask Jesus to make me a born-again virgin again. All of this insane levels of cope. Guys, when you listen to loud music, for example, and you hear that high beep, you know what that is? Those are ear cells dying in your ear, and that frequency of that E, you'll never hear again. People just think like the human body, you motherfuckers think you're Wolverine, you're just going to regenerate everything. If not, it will have irreparable consequences for the person's physical health, relationships, studies, friendships, and family bonds. They must also agree on smartphone usage guidelines. And thus, this paper tries to pinpoint prior research by examining the link between smartphones and mental health problems related to addiction and helping us justify whether or not it is making us antisocial and unhealthy. Okay? So, I said all that to say this. It's important for you guys to understand being addicted to your phone, which seems to be so commonly accepted these days, is literally killing you. Okay? Literally killing you. All right. Chief Key 499 super chat. Multitasking is not real. It's better if they call it task switching. The energy to switch drops the efficiency of focusing. Looking to flow. Stephen Cutler. Yeah, I'm well aware of it. You know, I'm well aware of it. My 3-year-old cousin is already addicted to smartphones. His parents just don't care. Yeah, they don't care. No, like my brother's oldest son, he gets addicted to the iPhone and he throws temper tantrums. And my brother's like, listen, first of all, no, your temper tantrum is not going to work. Second of all, there's time limits on that. But they're like, they fiend for it, man. They really do. It's crazy. So if you find that of value and more, let me tell you something. We're doing so much more behind the scenes when we're actually having interactive conversation. And we'll be doing that at Inner Game Healing, launching on March 30th. Okay, we are 22 days away. Get on the waiting list right now. Go to innergamehealing.com. Put your best email address in here. Click here in the waiting list. We'll have enrollment for 5 days, okay? And then after that, what happens is you're going to immediately get access to my video course that's going to show you about good psychological practices in your daily life. All right. So what you'll need to do, again, go to Inner Game Healing, and then you're going to get all this. You get 20 webinars over the year. So 5 in quarter 1, 5 in quarter 2, 5 in quarter 3, and 5 in quarter 4. 20 webinars covering various techniques of healing your inner game. A year-long Telegram chat, a brother of accountability, where we got you sorted out there. Access to psychological experts in the course, and a video course for maintaining mental health habits. Go to innergamehealing.com. Get on the waiting list today, and we are going to help you out without a shadow of a doubt. Remember, I drastically reduced the price. I reduced it by $300, dude. And it's because I really just wanted to get as many people in at the beginning of the year so we could help as many people as possible. Okay. And like I said, it is crazy how fast this has grown. We are at now on the total waiting list is at 403 people. And the people who got on from last Wednesday when I launched this, March 1st when I launched this, maybe was it Tuesday that I launched this? I think we're officially at 1 week. Sorry, let me just check my calendar. No, yeah, we launched it on Wednesday. Not even at full. So 6 days we've had over, let me see, the exact number is, usually it takes me 1 month to get 100 people on the waiting list, but it got 24 plus 7, 127 people. Okay. And just quick, just so you guys know, this is for men only. There's no women are allowed into Inner Game Healing. This is a men's only. I'm loving all these emails too. Somebody has like emails like happiness without guilt at blah, blah, blah.com. I love these guys. People, I'm just seeing that people are making special emails for this, and they are really just trying to make this happen. So get on the waiting list. Okay. I'm here to help you boys out. Wraith is in the house. He's going to be helping us out as well. Going to be doing a show with him eventually some point during this month. If you miss this life-changing year of Inner Game, you miss life-changing opportunities. I'm telling you, you change the inside, everything changes on the outside. And don't forget, tomorrow night, we are having the watch party, and I'll be having as many guests on as possible, where we're going to be actually reviewing this documentary that covers the dangers and the reality of social media addiction. And there are so many red pills in this thing. Oh, fucking Christ, man. It's gonna get, like I said, this does get a little dark, but like I said, it is worth it's worth covering. And tomorrow night, 9 p.m., we're gonna be breaking that down. It's gonna take time, but like I said, I'm just doing work that matters. Okay, I'm doing work that I believe that matters, and that's gonna help you guys out as much as possible, because that's what I'm here for. I'm not here for internet fame. I'm not here for internet fortune. I'm not here for any of that shit, clout, all that shit. Is it nice? Not the fame, but the recognition, the channel growth, all that. Yes. Okay. But ultimately, I am here to help you guys out. So I hope this message was very beneficial today. Thank you all for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you tomorrow night.